So, hello everyone, myself Shreya, and you're watching Shreya's Journal. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I'm making this video today because a lot of y'all requested a video how to write better on Substack and like tips for writing better. Okay, so for the first tip, I would say please don't try to write like someone else because just because you saw or like read and loved, someone else's writing style on Substack or just any article platform, whatever, it does not mean that you need to write just exactly like that and like follow the exact same format like that person in order for you to have that success or that satisfaction from writing. Like, please, that is not how it is. If I started copying people that I loved reading, I don't think I'll be where I am right now because my authenticity and how I love to express things and my views and opinions in my articles, that is exactly what got me here. For an example, I would say that some people write in the sense, they give a lot of pointers like numbers, they are like bulleted or like numbered bullet points, whatever. And some people write in a more theoretical flow, like instead of using those bullet points, and like it's really up to you how you want to relay your point across. In some types of articles, yes, you will want to use more bullet points than normal paragraph sort of essay, but in others you might just want to have a flow state writing and not much of those bullet points or headings or headliners or whatever. So that is one thing. Secondly, I would say make the title fun. Having creative titles really attracts a lot of attention from the audience, and like people are more likely to click on that article and read your article if they find it more creatively quirky or just sort of fun. But at the same time, it does not need to be way too performative or like a little too clickbaity. Please refrain from that. That is not our goal. Our goal is to just like make it fun instead of boring, bland article. Okay, so for example, the most recent article I wrote, that is why you're scared of not having a fun life. So basically, this article was about how FOMO, overstimulation, and this sort of dread we feel towards the weekends, and how we think that we need to live up to a certain standard or image of a weekend, or like we enjoyed this weekend, whatever. I could have made this title as how FOMO is affecting your life, or just like how FOMO keeps you from actually enjoying your weekend, or just something. Why you're scared of not having a fun life is just way more introspective, because it makes you think, wait, why am I scared of not having a fun life? Like, that is debatable, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about. Would you click on the article just by reading the title? That's the question you want to ask yourself. And honestly, it just keeps getting better. Actually, it's not like you're just gonna nail it the first time, okay? Like, it will keep getting better with the number of articles you keep writing and the number of titles that you keep making fun. So yeah, that's how it is. The third point, oh my god, this is actually my fav one. So I have them in my commonplace notebook, as I already told y'all in the last video. The third point is make your articles engaging. Okay, now what I mean by making your articles engaging is that the reader shouldn't feel bored. That's literally it. Now the thing is, obviously people's focus span is like very reduced right now. So what I love doing is basically adding certain memes and motivational, inspirational memes, fun memes, and like just quotes that I love, pictures that I took in the week. And yeah, like I think that truly makes the article more fun, because what's happening here is that with every paragraph or with every sentence that the reader is reading, they are getting closer to this sort of reward that you created, that is a meme that you inserted into your article. It just becomes way more engaging for anyone to read it. I personally love reading articles in which people actually put in certain interesting paintings, and like they have certain description for it in the caption, certain explanation for the painting, certain fun Pinterest memes, and certain Tumblr quotes, for example. I love that. That is exactly what keeps people hooked as well. I think you could do the same for your articles as well. Okay, another thing I would like to say is that this isn't a school assignment. or a college assignment. Okay, so you need to really own up the whole writing process and just put yourself into it, like express yourself, be authentic, be whimsical. Just like, don't make this into a really formal, oh my god, I need to have this very perfectly represented, this, that, blah blah blah. Like, no, this isn't something you're going to be graded on. And that's also something I wrote about in one of my articles. Your art is not meant to be graded. So read that if you want. But yeah, let's not let our perfectionist side dictate all our actions, and we end up doing nothing. That's what most of us procrastinators do, because we are such perfectionists. We just don't even take the action in starting something we are not that good at, because we expect ourselves to be naturally good at something we just started. And that is a very bad flaw, but we are all trying to heal from that, so one step at a time. Okay, so for the next point, I would say, don't limit yourself to just one or two topics. Try to expand your horizon by experimenting, by writing about different topics and different things that are going on in the world. I mean, for example, fast fashion. You could write about that if you resonate with it. You could write about spirituality and like so many topics that you could experiment with. And obviously the best way to go about it is to first do your research about all the things that you need to write about. Go on Google, read scholarly articles, and read basically research papers or articles of people who actually know about these things. Watch YouTube video essays and genuinely just try to gather all the knowledge, and then you can even note them down and then write an article from your perspective, that what you feel about this thing. Okay, so when it comes to the habit of writing, I think it's more about writing your thoughts and like just recording whatever you feel, and instead of just sitting down and writing out an article every day. That is not possible. I think the best way to build a habit around writing would be to just journal every day. Just write down one paragraph about whatever thing made you feel something, made you feel inspired, made you feel motivated, or even made you feel fear of some sorts, and just record those things in your commonplace notebook like this, or just your normal journal, or even your mobile. Actually, it's pretty normal to like just record your thoughts on notes app. Slowly and steadily you will get to a point where you know what you want to write about, and it could be anything. You don't need to come up with something totally phenomenal in order to write an article. It could be literally what you realize this weekend or some sort of epiphany. Okay, now for the questions that I got from Substack subscribers chat. How do I grow my followers? I personally think you can grow your subscribers on Substack by promoting your articles in the other writers Substack subscribers group chat. Okay, so someone says, I downloaded this app after watching your YT video. Thanks for the amazing video. Thank you. So basically I have literally no experience in writing skills apart from writing literature answers. Lol. So can someone like me write good stuff? Obviously, because hell yeah, literature answers make the best writers. No, I'm just kidding. But I do feel like at the end of the day, it's all about expressing your opinion. You don't need to be some sort of genius at writing in order to start with Substack. You're not writing a book here. Calm down. It's just a really low level commitment of writing an article. Next is, how do you write when you haven't written in a while? Like, how do you know what to say? Oh, this is a good one, because okay, story time. So I wrote my last article on June 9. I published it on June 9, 2026, and I wrote my latest article on August 9, 2026. So it had been 2 months since I wrote. But I think what makes me wanna write is that some stuff happens, some experiences you learn as a person, and just that's exactly what I feel like expressing in my articles. I mean, sometimes it is hard to know what to say exactly, and you will wanna like reframe your sentences and like recalibrate what all things you wanna like mention in the article. But I think it really just comes with practice, and you can't really build that quality like overnight. And yeah, I do still struggle sometimes if I haven't written in a while. So it does take me some effort as well, some mental effort. But Yeah, I just keep noting down what all things I want to write about in my diary, and then yeah, I just compile all the things in the article, and that's how it is. I feel like you can't really write about something just out of nowhere. You need to have certain database that you're gonna store in a notebook like this, or diary like this, or just your phone notes app. How do you plan publishing consistently while delivering quality thought pieces? For me, consistency looks like writing one article every month at least, like at least publishing one article every month. So you have to decide what consistency looks like for you. It's not really decided by other people on Substack, how many other authors are posting every week. And I mean, good for them, but let's not pressurize ourselves into doing something that we genuinely don't want to do. Okay, you don't need to post every week if you don't feel like it. Train of thought. Okay, next question is about, I want to know about ways of monetization on Substack as an Indian writer. Well, the bad news is Substack isn't really monetizable in India yet, which is also why I haven't really been able to monetize my Substack yet. And I think it's okay. I feel like most of us are just in need of hobbies. We don't need to monetize every damn thing we enjoy. However, yes, Substack, if you're watching this, please, it would be amazing if you could monetize Substack in India as well. Next, and probably the last question is, where do you get the ideas from and how often should we post? I mostly get my ideas from the content that I consume. Let's say I watched a video essay and something that the person said in the video really inspired me to write about something else. A conversation with your best friend can also be a source of inspiration. And how often should we post? Okay, but I think a sweet spot would be like every 15 days or every month one article would be really nice. So I think that concludes it, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions or if you have any video ideas, please do comment below, and thank you so much for watching. Love ya.